We are in mid-August and the energy is flowing. It is carrying with it the ability to do a deep dive into what is stored within your body and what needs to be released. In this video, I'm going to talk about the kinds of symptoms you might be experiencing during the rest of August and what you can do to really take full advantage of this energy that we're receiving so that you could have an amazing expansion of consciousness through the rest of August. So the energy is still very, very powerful. We're feeling the effects of the Lionsgate portal as well as that is winding down. So much space was created that you're going to be experiencing a lot of opportunity to clear and to heal density. Now, for me, I've had old identities rise up in big ways. I mean, snap of a finger, boom, very magnetic, easily aligning or identifying with these identities. And that creates a challenge because you have to have your wits about it. You have to have the awareness, the ability to tap into the awareness to come forward to recognize what is happening. These old versions that have been underneath the layers, deep buried because of the space that's being created, are now rising up to be experienced. And a lot of these versions of you are versions of you that were from your childhood trauma, deep-seated stuff that you really haven't had the opportunity to re-experience. They've been lying there dormant in the background. Well, with all that space, again, being created this month, we've got 2 full moons, we've got the Lionsgate portal, all of this amazing energy just allowed you to expand to the point where whatever was lying deep underneath that's been blocking your higher self from moving through, that's coming up to be experienced. And it's coming up again in a very powerful, instantaneous, and strong way. So that gives rise to an opportunity to be able to become aware of what's happening, reconnect with your higher self, breathe into the body, connect with your solar plexus, your heart space, by taking these deep breaths into the lower lobes of the lungs, gather your wits, align, become stable, and feel these versions as they manifest from within. That's the way that these old, deep versions come up. We've forgotten about them. We haven't been paying attention to them. They've been in the subconscious, deep, deep, deep buried, and now they're springing up. Boom, to be experienced. And you will quickly find yourself identified as that aspect. So be aware of that and be compassionate. If you've identified with one of these versions, maybe you've been triggered and you've gotten caught up with it. Maybe you've been, argumentative, been very angry, whatever it feels like for you. When you gather yourself, breathe, create that space and detach and allow those emotions to be there so you can feel them. Be compassionate with yourself. You're not making a mistake. You haven't done anything wrong. These are powerful, dense energies, and it takes a powerful incoming stream of high frequency light to allow these to come forward. So be compassionate, hold a loving space for yourself. You will look at what has happened after the incident, after the effect, and you can look at it with a new lens and you can decide for yourself, how did I handle that? What did I learn from that? And what can I bring forward in the future the next time something like that happens? So always look at these triggers as a lesson, as a remembrance, as a knowing, as an experience, because that's going to help you grow and that's going to help you expand. It's like a waste of energy to dwell in the past and beat yourself up, be judgmental of how you might have reacted, even though you think you might know better. Okay, this is all part of the process. We're human. We're going through these human experiences, going through these healing experiences, and we're learning as we go. We don't necessarily have the consciousness grounded and active and available to us in that moment. It takes time to gather ourselves, to create that space and allow the energy to start flowing again. Then you can align, stabilize, and see it from a higher perspective. So as you go through the month of August, it's very important to just be hyper aware of your body, of your breath. Are you breathing from the higher parts of the chest? Are you breathing from the lower parts of the chest? We want to try to stay out of fight or flight mode. When we start feeling ourselves getting tense, we want to breathe into the solar plexus, want to ground into the root chakra, close your eyes, take deep breaths in there, connect with the planet, and move your energy up and down through your central channel. Bring awareness back to the body, stabilize it. A lot of these dense, traumatic aspects that are coming up are going to start to, you're going to start to feel a little bit off, a little bit unwell, and then bam, there they are. When you start to feel a little bit off and you can't quite pinpoint why, slow down, breathe into the lower lobes of the lungs, into the solar plexus, into the root, and connect with the planet. Anchor yourself fully in the body. That is going to create an anchor in your channel of stability. And as these aspects come up, they're not going to knock you off your axis. You're going to be able to hold it steady. You're not going to wobble as much. I call that an anchor of stability. So, but you have to remember that this is happening because we're receiving incredible, intense, high frequency light from the portals, from the moon, from our galactic guides, from the sun, the CMEs, a lot of solar activity. This is all activating our DNA, allowing us the opportunity to create the space. And in order to do that, we need to feel everything that's been repressed and trapped. And those are your traumas. So they will come up. And how you go about that process is going to define how you can navigate this ascension, this expansion that we're going through right now. So just be hyper aware. Don't judge yourself. Hold loving, compassionate space. Bring awareness to your breath, heart, solar plexus, root. Stay anchored and just allow whatever is ready to come up to be released. Allow it to come forward. That's your higher self guiding you into these aspects to reconnect with energy that is you, that has been fragmented or stripped away due to these traumas. Every time these traumas come up and we choose to feel them, make a conscious intent to allow them to come up, to rise up, to be, and to feel them, we are reclaiming energy that has been locked away because the ego doesn't want us to feel this. So that energy has been splintered off. Now, when we start reclaiming this and these fragments start to reintegrate into the whole, we start to turn on our powers of intuition, telepathy, the psychic powers, reconnecting with our multidimensional aspects, reconnecting with our star guides, which are very present. Many synchronicities that you may be experiencing now regarding that. These are messages from your multidimensional aspects, your star guides, your higher self. They are coming through in full force now. So be aware of those. But when we can reclaim our energy and bring it back into the whole, our body has more energy available for healing. Okay? Things like that makes it more available, makes it run more coherently, makes it run more efficiently. You're going to start to feel better. You're going to have more energy. You're going to have more motivation. You're going to have more momentum in what you're doing. Your life purpose, your soul purpose, your path is going to become more clear to you. And you're going to have the energy to act on it, to take inspired action. That's what happens when we allow ourselves to hold the space for these traumatic versions of us, these wounds from childhood, could even go back to prior lives. When we allow them to come up, be seen, be felt, they rejoin the party, and the body then has more energy available to do its thing. And there's more energy, more space for more of your higher self to land, which brings on more of your multidimensional gifts. So see these triggers, see these traumas coming forward as the path forward. Very powerful opportunity for the rest of this month to honor these aspects that we've turned away from for so long. The time is now to hold a loving, compassionate space to allow them to come back in. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. I'd greatly appreciate it. Leave a comment below if you're experiencing what I am talking about, and watch the next video that pops up on the screen. Thank you.